Hey there, everybody. It's Rev Kev. Welcome back to my Geek Corner channel. So great to have you here. Pray that things are going really well with you. So today I want to talk about this article that just came out from Entertainment Weekly magazine, and it's the exclusive first look at the photos from the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. Now, as EW does with every big Star Wars release, they get first dibs. I guess that's the relationship they have with Lucasfilm. They get first dibs, and some of the big pictures that come out early on before a Star Wars release comes through EW magazine. And so Obi-Wan Kenobi is no exception to that. Now, before I dive into these pictures here, way back in October of 2020, do you remember October of 2020? That feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? Especially up here in my country. Well, I did a review of the Kenobi novel by John Jackson Miller. I gave this book an 8 out of 10. And what I want to do is I want to kind of do a video. I want us to look at these pictures together. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to give you some predictions. Again, these are just my predictions. I don't have any leaks. I have no contacts, no sources in Lucasfilm whatsoever. These are just my opinion. And I want to contrast these pictures compared to the story from Miller's book, Kenobi, because I like this book. This was a good book. It was well written. There was some stuff that I wish he would have done more of, but I gave this book an 8 out of 10, and you can actually see my review of that book way over in this link that's going to pop up in that corner way over there. And so let's check out these pictures here. So here we got our first glimpse of Ewan Mcgregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan was by far, for me, the absolute best thing about the the prequel trilogy. By far, by far, by far. He nailed it. He just absolutely, I felt, just had the essence of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he did such a great job. So here we see him kind of looking a little rough around the edges, like he's been living out in the Jundland Waste, past the Dune Seas for the past 10 years. Not wearing kind of what you would normally see as the traditional Jedi robes, with kind of the bandoliers on the side and the belt and that look, which is an interesting thing. Because when you actually look at the original trilogy compared to the prequel trilogy, Obi-Wan Kenobi in A New Hope was wearing the same clothes that everyone else was wearing. Right? His robes and the outfit that he was wearing were not Jedi Master clothing. They were just the clothing of everybody on Tatooine. Like Luke's outfit was very similar to what Obi-Wan Kenobi was wearing. Other characters in the background we see are wearing very similar clothing to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Wasn't really until the prequel where suddenly this look became the Jedi outfit. And so it's very different. So his clothing here looks a little less Jedi. Maybe it's because he just has come to the conclusion that the Jedi Order should die and that it shouldn't continue, and he's become a hermit. Okay, that's a different movie. Anyways, we got Obi-Wan Kenobi here. And, you got Obi-Wan Kenobi. I do got to admit, sadly, I think some of the sets that we've been seeing coming out of the Star Wars Disney Plus series leave a little something to be said to them. I get maybe they don't, I mean, they still put a lot of money into these shows, absolutely, but they just feel a little, feels like my buddies and my friends from my Star Wars cosplay groups have built this stuff. Now, I've seen my cosplay friends have built amazing stuff, but it's different when it should be a Hollywood movie, right? So that picture just looks a little wonky here. But there you go, Obi-Wan Kenobi checking something out. Now here we have our new Inquisitor character. And so this is the, here it says, as the Force-sensitive Inquisitor Reva, Moses Ingram will prove a formidable new foe as she seeks out Jedi in hiding for the Empire. I really like the concept of Inquisitors. I loved the Grand Inquisitor from Star Wars Rebels. He was awesome. He just embodied the dark side. He was a villain. He was someone that you should be afraid of. And as a Padawan in hiding, as a Jedi in hiding, it's like, yeah, run, 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 run. Then I felt they started to kind of go away from that feel when they had kind of the other Inquisitors. So when you had, Like even the ones that were introduced in Star Wars Rebels with the helicopter lightsabers, which was a little silly, but it was kind of cool. I can live with it. But then, especially even when you got um, into the Jedi Fallen Order video game, the Inquisitor in that one, I just felt it's just getting a little bit too clean. And what I mean by that, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And I've heard some other people kind of argue, yeah, but they're part of the Empire and they're part of the military and all of that. Well, never really got the sense, at least from the few exposures that I've had with Inquisitors, that they're this massive part of the Empire. They're more like this secret organization of the Empire, is the way I've always thought of it. So you have Vader and the Emperor, because there's only supposed to be two Sith. Remember, only two there are. It's the rule of two. So you don't want to have Inquisitors that are out there that have a lot of force powers, that are really just kicking butt everywhere that they go. Like, they should have enough capability to deal with Jedi. But I kind of like the idea of a few Inquisitors who are being equipped by the Empire to hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knight. They're not the Sith. They're not fully trained dark Jedi or Sith warriors or anything like that. And so, right out of the gate here, the costume is very reminiscent of the costume that we saw in Jedi Fallen Order, but she ain't scary. Can I say that? She's not scary. She's very girl next door. She looks like a very nice person. She looks like someone that I would ask for directions from in the Star Wars universe. And she actually looks like a hero, to be honest. There's just something about, I find, her look here. She looks like a hero. To me, she just doesn't look like this villain that's going to drive this story. So that's just kind of my thoughts based on that one picture there of the Inquisitor Reva. Here you got Obi-Wan Kenobi hiding out in a cave. Again, it just looks very set-like in here. It just, like it was kind of thrown together out of styrofoam. Like, it actually looks a lot like the styrofoam set that I built for my Star Wars Legion table when I built my Geonosis table. It looks like it's just carved out of styrofoam. But again, that's just me nitpicking. I get it. That's what I do. Again, so here we got Reva again walking down the streets of of Tatooine. Um, and again, she's just too clean, just too slick, just too nice looking. Um, yeah, it's just, I'd have to see it in action. It's just not really connecting with me as kind of this villain to be feared, kind of from these pictures. And again, the costume design, and this was one of my beefs with the Book of Boba Fett. I just found from The Mandalorian to season one, season two to the Book of Boba Fett, the costumes and the sets just started going down, down, down in quality. Now, is it because this stuff is being rushed? Is it because of the pandemic and production had to be slowed down? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe someone out there does know. But they just, you always see the hashtag, hashtag cosplayers done it better. I know cosplayers personally who have way better Grand Inquisitor costumes than this one that they have made and have paid for themselves. I'm just saying. Another shot of Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Again, I kind of wish he had a little bit more gray in his beard and in his hair. Like, I wish they would have done a little bit of a better job transitioning him into Sir Alec Guinness's version of Obi-Wan Kenobi, or the Obi-Wan Kenobi that we saw in that episode of Star Wars Rebels where Obi-Wan confronts Darth Maul. Because they're running out of time to make him Sir Alec Guinness. Like, if this takes place, I read it was about 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and then A New Hope is, 16 years or 18 years, something like that. I get it. I went gray pretty fast. So maybe the events of this series will cause him to go gray and to trim his beard and to cut his hair. Okay, and so we hear a shot with another EOP. I actually like those. One of the things I loved about The Phantom Menace was, even though it was way CGI crazy and too CGI crazy, it did allow the opportunity to just highlight just so many more amazing creatures that weren't able to be done in the original trilogy. So seeing kind of these beast of burdens on Tatooine I liked. I thought it was very cool, and it's kind of cool to see them back. I think where they messed up was when you used the same creature on Naboo and on Tatooine. It's like, like, come on, just make creatures specific to their world. So, but again, I nitpick. That's what I do here on my Geek Corner channel. And then now here, this one is a surprising picture. And I almost wonder if this is actually real. I was kind of looking at this. I wonder, can I zoom into this somehow? I don't know if this will let me do it. Oh yeah. Whoops. This picture here, as we're going through it, maybe it's just me, but it doesn't look like they're actually making eye contact. Like this picture here of Riva just looks way too much. Well, not quite, but it's kind of the same set by the looks of things. And so she's there. It just doesn't look like they're actually making eye contact here. This looks photoshopped to me. I could be totally wrong, and I probably am wrong. It just doesn't look like they're staring each other down, in my opinion. And this is where I start getting not concerned because I expect Disney Star Wars to break canon that was done in George Lucas's Star Wars. I just do. Um, and I expect original characters to be downgraded and overshadowed by the new Disney characters. That's just what I've come to expect from anything that's coming out from Disney Star Wars. Like I'm expecting this Inquisitor Riva to completely kick Obi-Wan Kenobi's butt. Like she's gonna like wipe the floor with Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's my opinion. That's just something I'm predicting because that's just what we've seen. We've just seen again and again and again the original characters put in their place, knocked down a peg by these new overpowered Disney characters, and that's why I just struggle with connecting with these stories because they just come out of the gate just so super powerful and no one can beat them and they're the best of the best and the original characters are being put in their place, by them. And that's one of my reasons why I've just really struggled with connecting with a lot of the bigger story happening here. But what bothers me so much a little bit about this is what I loved about Miller's book was, yes, this was an Obi-Wan Kenobi story, but it was a small scale story. Like the fate of the galaxy did not hinge on the events of this story. It was just a really good story to learn a little bit about Obi-Wan Kenobi and his exile and his protecting of Luke. It was basically a story of Obi-Wan Kenobi dealing with Tusken Raiders that were attacking different outposts on Tatooine. And that's it. There was no fear. There was no Inquisitor. There was no one looking for Luke. There was no one looking for Obi-Wan Kenobi. The Empire was off doing their thing. Again, Tatooine is way out in the Outer Rim. It's way, way, way out there. And for Tatooine to be constantly the center of the universe of every single Disney Star Wars story, think about it. It's been in The Mandalorian, it's been in the Book of Boba Fett, and now we're back there again in Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is this backwater world, and the fact that everything keeps happening here, it's like, man, go somewhere else. So having this showdown between Uncle Owen and an Inquisitor just doesn't sit well with me. For me, it's just, I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't sit well from a story perspective. I think it's just going to potentially damage the character of Luke more and more and more again. Now here we got a shot of, again, Ewan McGregor. This looks like it might be off-world. You got some neon lights in the background there. So there have been rumors that Obi-Wan Kenobi leaves to go on a mission. We've seen other worlds in the concept art that has been released so far. I think they actually, so the planet of Dayu is here. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, Dayu. So Obi-Wan Kenobi leaves Tatooine to go to this planet of Dayu. Now, we don't know why he's going there. Some of the rumors are that he's going on a mission to protect Princess Leia, a young 10-year-old Princess Leia, which again runs a big risk of breaking the story of A New Hope if him and Leia meet. So I'm fine if he goes off and does something, Well, I'm not actually. But if he does go off and do something, he cannot meet Leia, especially a 10-year-old Leia, because she would remember him. And in the lines in A New Hope was, "Years ago, you served my father in the Clone Wars. Now he begs you for help in his struggle against the Empire." Um, it's She doesn't know him. He doesn't know her. They've not met. And so she is introducing herself to him in A New Hope. So they can't meet. So that really hesitant about that rumor. And the other thing that I don't like about Obi-Wan Kenobi leaving is Obi-Wan Kenobi is a Jedi Knight, right? Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we've seen him do this time and time again throughout the Clone Wars, even in Star Wars Rebels was his confrontation with Darth Maul, is as a Jedi Knight. He has laid down his life and has sacrificed his life for the greater good, right? He doesn't think about his own wants, his own desires. He's not, falling in love and having a wife and starting a family and all of these things. And his mandate, his mission given to him by Yoda is, you protect this child. He is the hope of the Jedi. Because he is the son of Anakin Skywalker, the son of the chosen one, and you need to protect him. He needs to grow up and mature, and then we're going to train him in the ways of the Jedi. And so that's the mission. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is a Jedi Knight. Actually, he's more than a Jedi Knight. He's a Jedi Master, right? He's a Jedi Master on a mission. He's not just hanging out. He's not just killing time. His mission is very specific. And so, man, they got to come up with something really earth-shattering to deviate from that importance, because Luke is the new hope. He is. And no matter how many times we try to tweak that or change that or try to say, he's not, he's just one of many options and anyone could be a Jedi and anyone could have been the new hope. No, he's the son of Anakin Skywalker. It's who he is. It's his destiny. And these guys, Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Bail Organa, all of them have sacrificed everything to see that day come when the new hope is revealed. And this is why, for me, when Disney Star Wars keeps playing in this timeline, the reason I get concerned about it is for that exact reason. Even though we have books and comics and different things that have taken place in that timeline between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, ultimately, nothing of importance should happen. Can I say it like that? Like, really, nothing in the grand scheme of the galaxy when it comes to the Skywalker saga should happen in that timeline. So yeah, tell a story about Obi-Wan Kenobi dealing with Tusken Raiders and protecting people while he's there. Tell a story about the crime lords that are there and Obi-Wan kind of interacting with them and trying to stay secret and trying to help people without using the Force and all of these things. Tell some fun stories. But as soon as you bring in Inquisitors and rumors of the Grand Inquisitor and rumors of Princess Leia, nothing of significance should have happened in this period. Like, really, even based on the current Disney lore, like, really, you see the rebellion ramping up in Star Wars Rebels, right? They've told that story, and it's not Obi-Wan who's a part of that, right? It's the other characters that were introduced, and that's why I loved Star Wars Rebels. I thought Star Wars Rebels did a really good job of telling the story of Rebels, of creating the rebellion. And so this is why, I just get cautious. But then I do get these pictures and things do come in and I get a little optimistic and a little hopeful. And then I realize, no, I really shouldn't get this hopeful. So anyways, I realize this video is a little bit longer than the normal videos that I do, but I just wanted to nitpick these pictures and share some of my thoughts, share some of my predictions. So a couple of predictions, again, just, Obi-Wan's going to get totally beaten up by this Reva Inquisitor. She's going to mop the floor with him. Obi-Wan Kenobi, based on an interview with Ewan McGregor, is a hermit and has lost all hope and lost all faith And the new Jedi character that they created for Obi-Wan Kenobi, in my opinion, I don't remember the name of the character or the name of the actress, but she's going to come and restore hope to Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's going to happen. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to go off-world, so that's a definite. And of course, the rematch of the century is Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen fighting again. My hope and my desire is that is flashback, or nightmares or dreams, things like that. But again, Obi-Wan Kenobi confronting Vader for me just breaks down the story again from A New Hope, because nothing of significance should have happened in this 18-year timeline. It should have been Obi-Wan Kenobi is dead. The Jedi are all dead. The Jedi are extinct. You, my friend, are the last that exists of their religion. And then the New Hope comes. So those are my thoughts. If you stuck it this long, I really appreciate it. I would just love it if you would actually take a moment to consider becoming a member. One of the things that I do for my members that stick with me for a while is after a couple of months or after 4 months, I send you a free t-shirt. I still have a couple of members who haven't reached out to me yet. I need you to contact me so I can send you your free t-shirt. Supporting the channel through membership is just a great way that you can help the channel and the work that I do out in the community of doing DDPY fitness classes for free for people in the community, as well as the work that we do with Compassion Canada in Guatemala to help alleviate poverty for children in the name of Jesus. So click that join button and get more information about membership. So until the next video, God bless you, and I look forward to talking to you all again real soon. God bless.